Welcome back to the shop. It's August 7th, July 2017.
Hi everyone.
Alright, so let's start off like we usually do, talking about who was here this weekend. Busy weekend, completely opposite from the last weekend. Mike and Donna stopped by on Sunday, and Mike spent most of the day with us, helped us around the shop, did a little bit of work with the cars. Donna went to work, come back, and spent the evening with us. Kimmy, Daniel, and the Butterbean were here for quite a while. We had a good time playing with that. Butterbean led us in a game of kind of what's up, where you stand behind your hands behind your back and then raise your hands up in the air and jump. Good time was had by all. Jay and Tangy stopped by for a little bit. Tangy had to leave early to get to work. Jay stuck around until a little bit later in the afternoon. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about what happened this week in the shop. We moved some logs up onto the log ramp to get ready to do some more milling. Didn't do a lot of milling last week, but we did a lot of prep work. We put up the TIG station walls, and then last night I milled up the trim that's going to go up around the top of the concrete, what do you call that? I guess concrete board, panel board. Yeah, and it's going to go up here and hold the TIG wall in place. Should make it fire resistant. I'm not tempting fate and saying fireproof, but anyhow, don't expect to have any problems with that because it's a pretty secure area. So we got that put up. We edited and released the video for the build on the shed door. Unfortunately, as you see in the video, there's a picture of all the 2x4s laid out ready to go. That was the build part of the video. Something happened. The tape stopped after that. I didn't catch it until well into the build and said we'll just go with what we got. So I extended out what were supposed to be a little bit of just cuts of what I was doing to get to that point and just extended it out a little bit. I'm going to do a door hanging video and then a construction, kind of go over the construction of the door video. Let's see what else was done. Oh, we rotated Jay's tire on Jay and Tangy's cars, got them rotated and him ready to go for another 5,000 mile. We picked some wood from the cedar pile, this big old nice pile of cedar we've got milled up, and we got some plans for it. As you can see, we got a little bit of that cedar sitting here with me this evening. We started milling pine for the 21 inch tables that we got coming up. So looking forward to that build. I'm going to try to do a little bit of milling video where we join it and then we plane it, and then I'm also going to try to get a little bit of the build in there, but it's a pretty simple build, straightforward. Big news is we've got the kiln loaded up. We went through, I think I told you last week, didn't we talk last week about milling the log up and milling the pine up? We got that all milled up, ready to go, put in the kiln, and the kiln restarted, working fine in the shed. I think we're going to like where it is, or at least I'm going to like where it is. It's not going to be out here getting wet. What do you think, Red?
Getting wet and just being in the way. We got more room on the porch now.
We got a ton more room. So that's kind of what we got to
sit and chill.
There we go. We eat lunch out there when it's hot, sit in the shade. So let's talk a little bit about completed projects. First of all, we completed a bathtub tray, our first bathtub tray that we're going to build. Now these are trays that are going to go around when you slide down into that bathtub in that nice warm water. You can set that here and your phone will sit right there on a little kickstand. You can sit, watch YouTube videos, have a place for your tea, have a place for your magazines. Little things here, I don't know what we're going to call them. I don't know, come up with a name for them and put it in the comments below what you want to call these things that keep the bathtub tray from sliding side to side. But that's, let me show you the board. I'm fixing to take the board. Look at that. That's a beautiful board right there.
You put it to good use already.
So yeah, and I've already used it. It works well. We are going to do some modifications, but we'll talk about that later. We completed several signs, and by we I mean Mom. Mom completed several signs and I think a bunch of trays this past week. And that's really kind of what we worked on mostly. Got focused for the Agusta Market. That is some good sweet tea tonight. Just got it fired up, just made it a few minutes ago. Had to go to Sam's last week and get some sugar, so we've been down without tea here for a little while. It's been hard and been tough, but we made it through. So let's talk a little bit about the market and shows come up. Shows haven't changed any at all. We've talked about them enough. Agusta Market went really, really well. I think it was a good market this time.
We had a lot of A lot of customers talking.
Yeah, had a lot of customers coming through and really made a lot of connections there. So we had a really good time. We were back in the Rose Garden area. I think that's going to be our spot. I think when you got there, you told Tim, can we go to our regular spot, I think, or something like that. And he
told him we're going to our regular spot. Do you care? And he said no.
Yep, so we were back in our spot. Had a lot of people, some folks who'd been there before, knew where we at, come by and seen us. And we had a pretty good deal of stuff sold. Again, it's not a lot of money, but we don't do it for the money. We kind of do it for the fun and something to do in the evenings, I guess, of building products or projects and stuff. So we sold one of those little cedar hearts, and I actually had one of those right here just a second ago. So one of those little fellers right there. And we sold several signs. We sold that sign that we had that somebody had wanted us to build for us, or build for them. We were supposed to get pictures of it, never got it. It says Dutch House Sandwich Shop. Really come out great. The owner of the sandwich shop. Yeah, we're going to try to get a picture of it while it's in the shop. So it means we're going to have to go down to Ren's, and we're going to have to eat some sandwiches. That'll be tough work. Sold several cedar boards, just a lot of cedar boards went, different projects people were going to do with it, a couple of shelves, I think some trays, but a lot of just different projects and stuff. What's that?
Big oak.
Big oak, that's right. And we sold one of the oak slabs. It went. Guy fell in love with it, knew what he was looking at, knew the price on it, and somebody's texting me, and that's Jay. Hi Jay, I'll answer your text in just a minute. But we sold that big oak slab. Guy kind of knew what it was. Everybody else had been looking at it, knew they wanted to do something. This guy saw it, said this is going to be a great table, jumped on it, and it went. We sold a little locket that Mom got, I think sold for $1. So probably lost a couple bucks on it or so, but it doesn't matter.
Auction, so
yeah, coming to auction. So we sold cedar trays, a couple of signs, and some cedar boards. Had a very successful trip out. But the most successful part of the whole Agusta Market was Mom got to meet our #1 two-dog supporter, Carol. Carol come by with a friend, spent probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes in the booth talking. They got to meet. So Mom knows now she's not fictional. She's not a made-up friend of mine. She's a real person, and a great person at that. She bought a cedar tray from us and is looking forward to us being successful and continue having a good time. But it was great to have her come out and be able to spend a little bit of time with us. She thought the world of Mom, and Jay thought both of them were very nice. So the next market, when's the next time we're going to be at Agusta Market in the Rose Garden area, is the 19th of August 2017, 3 days after your mother's birthday. Remember, your mom's birthday is the 16th of August. And she was born in 2017, actually. She's a very young woman.
Yes.
But anyhow, a lot of neat things. Sunday. You get her anything woodworking or anything like that, carving, wood burning.
Sears.
Yeah,
Sears Power Tools.
There you go, Sears Power Tools. Hypotherm 45 plasma cutter. Now that would be a good start. If you really want to win her heart, probably a Hypertherm 65 plasma cutter. You'd probably be her favorite child. So her birthday's coming up, and don't want you to miss that. I don't know what we're doing. I think we decided yesterday, Sunday the 20th, we're going to do some salmon and kind of have a good time. Also, I meant to tell you, coming out of the market, we might have a couple of chest builds, a small chest and a big chest. We'll let you know more on that as it comes. I needed a good long drink of that good sweet tea. It's getting warm in here. All right, Jay, calm down. I'm going to text you back in just a minute. So, coming up for Two Dogs, coming up in the next week here. First of all, tonight we're going to whip through this video pretty quick because we got to go see Butterbean. She got an ouchie on the finger, and Mima and Papa have been summoned to come see her, so we're going to turn this video off in a second, slide the disc into the computer, get it downloaded, and we're going to be headed to Harlem. So that's the first thing on Two Dogs coming up. The next thing is going to be modifications to that tray that I just showed you, that bathtub tray. We'll show you those modifications next week if we get them all done. The next thing to do is we're going to finish the TIG weld station. I'm going to put these TIG weld gloves back to good use. So we're going to have those TIG weld gloves cooking and booking. So you want me to turn and look?
Turn the camera.
Not until we're done.
Oh,
No,
okay.
we're not going to reveal it till it's done. That's
Yay.
later. You're getting ahead of the game here. Watch out, watch out. Then we're going to start welding table bottoms and bases. So we're looking forward to that. We got 3 or 4 tables sitting over there, need metal bases. We got the metal sitting over here on these new shelves I built hanging here on the stairwell wall. We're going to start welding those together, get those together. We got more trays to make. We went through the cedar pile. We've got bathtub trays to make. I think bathtub runner for somebody to center of somebody's table.
Behind you.
This is going to be a runner on somebody's center of their dinner table, a farm table. So we're looking forward to that. So that's what's coming up for Two Dogs this week. What we'd like to say is thank you for watching the video. Any questions or anything, put them in the comments below. If you come up with a name for them things on the bottom, I'm going with cleats, but if you come up for a name on thing on the bottom of the bath board there, let us know in the comments below. And as always, we'd love to say, how did I say it? Oh man, I blew that. As always, we'd like to say we'd love to see you back in the shop.